up, guys? It's your girl, Miss Gimme Cakes. It's the first time I've done one of these. I don't know. I was gonna use my nice camera, but it's not charged, and that's pretty on theme for me. I haven't pulled that thing out in almost 6 months. It actually has a whole list of trauma tied to it, but we're not gonna get into that. I don't know. So I just finished a 16-hour day. I work for myself. I'm an entrepreneur. And my ex, which I have been in no contact with, trying to go no contact with for the last 30 days, but kind of been consistently no contact for the last week. He just viewed my TikTok profile, which is like, it was so weird because it was like, I had already thought about like shooting this because I was like, let me try something new. And then, you know, like right when I'm like fiddling with my camera, you know, I see his name on there and I'm just like, oh my God. I don't know. This man has done a number on me. I mean, oh my goodness, where can we start? I don't like to like label people like narcissists or anything like that because I think that there's levels to human beings. And I think that, you know, that's kind of one of those buzzwords. But I will say that part of me trying to heal from that relationship is studying how narcissists think, how pimps think, how, I don't know, this man. So I loved him. I, you know, still quite care for him, if we're going to be completely honest. But he's just not good for me. Like, it's crazy how much my life has gotten better since I mean, I'm talking about just in a week of no contact. And it's always that. It's always that things are better. But it's just like, I don't know, like he's almost was like a drug for me, you know, and I just could not find a way to remove myself from it. And so like right now I'm actually just shutting this camera because I feel, you know, I felt like this wave of like, oh my God, you know, even though he's blocked, you know, but he's not blocked on everything, you know. And I do that shit on purpose because like at some point I guess my mind would love some grandiose gesture of like, I love you and I'm so sorry and you know, I want to make this work, but that's never what you're going to get out of somebody that doesn't have the capacity to love you the way that you love them. And it's so painful because, you know, part of loving someone that is either avoidant or narcissistic or all these little buzzwords we throw around, right? You tend to overgive or overlove or overtry because you're not getting kind of the return, you know, the ROI. And so like it, instead of being like, oh damn, this person like really don't really fuck with me like that, it's kind of like, no, it's like, oh, let me show you more things that I can do to be nice and sweet and just show you I love you. And I do think that you know, he loved me in the way that he could. I don't want to take that away because, you know, he wasn't someone that maybe had the capacity or maybe had the same experiences that I did or the same healing journey or the same access to help that I think I did to understand that, like, you know, there's certain things that we have to learn to heal about ourselves for us to even be okay. But man, that shit hurt. And like, it still hurts. Like every day it gets a little bit better. And I think that was the purpose I wanted to do this video is like, you know, this whole like breakup thing, like, or not breakup thing. What am I saying? This whole like, I guess breakup thing, like for me at least, has been transformational, but like I've been divorced. So like I was divorced. I was married for 15 years. So this is like my second major relationship. And I say major because the complexity of detachment is similar to my like ex-husband, but like way different. Like maybe this is what I want to share is like when I first split up with my ex-husband, like there was just this period of just like numbing. Like, so like, you know, I was partying, I was doing all this crazy stuff, I was drinking, I was hooking up with other people. It was just like, it was a mess. It was a mess. So in my mind, it didn't feel as painful for that to end, even though that was a 15-year relationship, 2 children, you know? But this one, woo, we've only been together a year and a half. And boy, has it been difficult to detach. It has been, and I think one of the main reasons is because I'm not numbing myself as much. I'm not trying to date somebody to forget about somebody else. I'm not trying to, get drunk and run around and party and no, like I'm just chilling. And so when you just chill, it's a little bit more heavier because you have to deal with everything, head on. And so that's been really difficult. I have days where I'm just like, I miss him, but it's like, I don't know if I miss him or if I just miss the version I created of him that I thought he could be. And it's like, oh yeah, you were this amazing person. No, you weren't. No, you weren't. No, you weren't, actually. I just thought you could be, and that's been one of the tougher things to work through. So if I could premise, this is the first video I'm going to post on this channel that's like this. I do tarot reading. I do funny videos. I do marketing, I'm kind of like finding my way when it comes to content. But I know that I talk to people all day in my professional setting and in the things that I do. And I know that there's something to be said or discussed on this, right? And one of the things that's hard for me to even do tarot, that relationship made it hard for me to do tarot because I couldn't even take my own fucking advice. I was pulling stuff on myself where it was like, oh, he's cheating on me. Oh, he's doing this. Oh, he's lying. And I would be like, what do you know? And so I didn't feel comfortable doing it for other people because I was just not in the right headspace. And so I'm even evolving in that space is when things come and people need that type of guidance, I'm willing to give it. I think my favorite thing to do is candle work, because I feel like that's been the most impactful in my life is intention candles. And so that's what I really lean into. I love tarot too, but tarot can be very spiritually consuming. And so if you are, if you're a sensitive person or if you've got a lot going on, it's not always something that I gravitate towards because I'm so heavy in spirit and I'm trying to find my way. And it's I just feel, I don't know if I always want to take on someone else's stuff right now, if I even have the capacity for it. So I look a mess in this video. Whatever. I wanted it to be like this. I wanted you guys to see me in my most rawest form. I use a lot of filters sometimes because I love the way they make me look. I'm like, oh God, I would deal with her. But in the actuality, I look like this, which is not that far off. I mean, the hair can't be filtered, but my face shape and stuff. It's not I'm just this always wear makeup type of girl. But I actually don't wear makeup at all. I get my lashes done and I put on some lip gloss, and I be out the door. Yeah. So, what have we learned in this video? It's not really what we learned. I think it's more so what can you take away from? And my thing is that instead of reacting so much to seeing his name pop up, because you know how TikTok is, it's so-and-so viewed your profile, and I'm like, oh my God. I see his name and it's just my whole body is but not as bad this time. And I kind of was let me do what I was going to do and talk about it. So on this channel, I want to continue to just chat with you guys. Nobody may watch this. So I don't even know what I'll call it. But what I will say is I'm going to be very intentional about being transparent about my life. Because if you knew the holes I've crawled myself out of, and even though I'm not exactly where I want to be right now, I am literally living a life I prayed for. And I could say even 3 months ago, even a year ago, even 4, it's just, I am so grateful to be able, even in one of my worser moments or my harder moments, to be able to still be shit, you're doing it. So I guess the reason I had prompted to this, it wasn't to go on tangent about my breakup to go on a tangent about, you know, how being an entrepreneur, I made more money being an entrepreneur than I've ever made working for anybody, but it's hard as hell. It's so hard. I have 2 kids. You know, I'm not going to say I'm a single parent because I have 50-50 custody, but when I have them, I am a single parent. They have a lot of emotional things that they're going through because of like the relationship with their dad. Or like, you know, that breaking up, like divorce does play a lot on kids. And it's sad because like I feel like every movie I watch, or like, or not movie but documentary, where it was like everything was fine, and then it was like then my parents got divorced, and it's like then I crashed out, and it's like, oh no. So I'm very mindful of my children's like emotional health. You know, I fall short of the glory sometimes, but like it has been, especially since I've been single, I've been really intentional about how I like making sure I'm mindful of that, because I know it's not easy for them. So yeah, if you want me to talk about stuff on here, very spiritual, you know, I don't know yet what my next video will be. Guess I'll see if anybody watches this one. But sorry, my son's trying to come in, so this video is about to be interrupted. But stay tuned. I'm going to chat about just random shit and share my experience on it. And if you guys are vibing with it, great. And if you hate it, I don't give a fuck because this is my channel. So log off. Anyways, all right. Bye. See you guys later.